Right there, people. Welcome back to Are We There Yet? We're back with Clyde. It's season number 3, our second season in the Scottish League One. We're gonna start with some transfers. Let's focus on the players out to start. We've released 5 players all told. Smarter to the Law, Max Wright, Matt Flynn, Callum Hendry and Kevin Nicol. Who are they, you might ask? Indeed, they hardly ever played for us, so you're not going to miss them. Matt Flynn and Max Wright maybe a little more, and Smart obviously got a few goals, but Callum Hendry, Kevin Nicol, not really featured. And the ins are more exciting. We've actually spent some money. We've made a few free transfers, as you do, but we've also signed a few players for actual cash. So let's work our way up. Let's look at the loan signings to start. We'll work our way up. Stuart Heron has joined on loan from Aberdeen. He's a right winger, and I think he's actually quite good. He's got a bit about him for a 17-year-old, and you'll see this as the theme with the youngsters coming in on loan from the bigger clubs. They're 17, 18, that kind of thing. They're really young, really raw, but potential's there, and they're certainly going to add to the squad. Malcolm Moore on loan from Morton, again very similar to Heron. 16 this time, even younger, but he's got something about him. He's already scored a goal for us in the League Cup. We'll wrap up that group stage in just a moment. Ronnie Fox on loan from Celtic. I think this lad's got potential again. He's going to be a grafter in the middle, and I think he's going to be a useful addition to the squad. So, there's a good loan signing. It's reset the list. Let's put that back. And the final loanee, Robert Fleck from Rangers. He seems to be the best of the bunch for me. 17 years old. He looks like he could be a real potential star if he's handled the right way. He's got a lot of areas to improve on, of course, but who hasn't at 17? So those are it keeps resetting it, so we'll keep forcing it back. The freeze, Ian Stokes, a right back, joined on loan. No, he didn't. He's joined on a permanent deal for free after being released from his contract with Partick. So he's a Premier League player. Obviously, he's played at League One. He didn't do too well, but it was another right back option for us, and that's what we like. Russell Dingwall has joined as well. He was released by Ross. I think he's actually quite good. He never really gave him a chance, and you can see we've actually played one league game. I decided not to bring you the first league game because we played the same club a few times. We signed Leon Close. Now this guy's probably a little bit expensive for his contract, $475 a week on his deal for what you'd say is probably a very, very averagely poor defender. But it was bums on seats at this stage, and Leon Close, he's got experience. I mean, he looks like a big fella, doesn't he? He looks bigger than his 13 stones. But he's been playing at Welsh Premier League level. That's probably what level this is, ish. So maybe a little bit lower. So 6.41. It's a free transfer. If he doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. Adam Douglas has joined on a free transfer as well. He is okay. I think my scouts wanted him in more than I did, and I just needed another defender, really. So he's come from Hamilton, so he's got Premier League experience in the fact that he's trained with a Premier League club. Other than that, he had a decent year outside of the Scottish leagues. So, who have we spent our money on? Let's work our way up. Murray Loudon. He has signed from Berwick for a whopping fee, 2.7k, right winger, also option on the left. So he gives us that balance on either side. He is right-footed, though, so that is something to bear in mind. I think he's actually okay. Quite good. Joined from the league below, but he was one of the better players that they had, so he decided to bring him. Sean Burns is joined from Brecon. Now, he is quite good, I think. I think he's going to be better than the left-backs that we've had before, just because of his crossing ability. And, yes, okay, he hasn't got too much going on mentally and physically, but he's got enough. He's got enough in the tank, let's be honest. And finally, the big signing, Dylan McKendry from St Mirren. Whopping fee. You can see he's actually pretty good for this level. A really good centre-half. And I think he's going to make a difference. 8.5k. He's played that one game. We did okay. And, yeah, so we spent a total of 14,500. That's quite a lot of money. I think that represents... Dylan McKendry, who now represents the club biggest ever transfer. And that's... that's the kind of levels we're dealing at or dealing with. So let's take a look. You're going to see the fixtures in terms of the first games of the season, but you also see we were focusing on the League Cup. So, but let's deal with the league fixture first. It was 4-4. So my old friend the Don, do check his channel out. He's recently played Clyde, Blair Curry. I'm not going to say he had a great game, but he had a spectacular game. He kept them in it and well, just watch the episode number 13, but make sure you watch them all as well. Doing great things with Forfar. We played them, and we managed to beat them 2-1. Datnovic's goal and Dingwall getting the winner on his debut in the 80th minute after an Ian Smith equaliser just before the quarter-hour mark. And a 2-1 win away from home against Forfar was a great way to start the league campaign. As I say, we've played them before on livecom, so I decided to just skip ahead and get you the first. I know we've played Stranraer, but it just seemed let's push on. Let's get one underway, and then we can do the second league game of the season. I'll be able to wrap up the League Cup group as well. So we kicked off against Canby, and we managed to come back from 2-0 down away from home against League 2 opposition and secure a penalty win, which gave us points on the board. Then we played 2 Premier League sides, Ross County, a 1-0 home defeat. No shame at all in that. It was a late goal as well, 92nd minute. Davis Kelladun breaking Clyde Hearts. Then we travelled to Hearts of all places, 10,000 crowd. We just took 136. We got absolutely rinsed. We were able to play in the game. You know, Malcolm Moore did okay, but defensively we were not up to scratch. And then we played a team of our level, Forfar again. So we played them back to back, even on this. Mark McBride and Robert Fleck. Mark McBride is the youngster that we had. He was the Sandy McCluskey replacement, and he still might well be. So he scored on his debut for us, albeit in the cup. So you can see there from his stats, he's just not as good as Sandy, but he is okay. Speaking of Sandy, he's still here. He is wanted by Morton and Hibs. So he constantly has the big clubs. I think as soon as Celtic and Rangers come sniffing, which they inevitably will do, it's going to be goodbye Sandy and hello McBride. But hopefully we can keep him about. So today is Stranraer. It's going to be a tough game for us. Hopefully we can make it 2-2. And, 2-2. That'll do, won't it? I'll see you pitch side in just a second. So there is your first team of the season in this third season, our second season at League One. It's Blair Curry, it's Linton, it's McKendry, Marsh, Stokes, MacArthur, Fleck, Burns, Datnovitz, Loudon and McCluskey. The opposition today, Stranraer's team at the Broadwood. It's players I don't really recognise, so apologies Stranraer fans. I'm still learning Scotland, so yeah. Good news as well. We're taking our second badge along the way, so that's in progress. So the board have avoided any kind of strike. We managed to work our way into a positive financial situation over the summer period, so that resolved that. That's a bit high, isn't it? Let's drop that down. There we go. That's more out of the way of the screen. Burns takes over there, gives it to McCluskey, who finds Stokesy, who I'm sure that was intentional. Loudon finds Datnovitz. He has a go from distance. Wasn't far over, but probably would have been better looking for the pass rather than the shot there from Shemislav. So just before the half-hour mark, 26 minutes played, Datnovitz picks up this throw from Stokesy, finds Loudon, crosses McCluskey. I thought he was just going to get there ahead of his marker. He wasn't to be. If we could make it 2 wins in 2, that would be a great start, considering I don't think we won back-to-back league games in... I think we did actually, but not for a good while. So if we could get off the board with 2 wins in 2, that'd be great. Of course, Stranraer are more experienced at this level. MacArthur finds Loudon, finds Datnovitz, goes left all the way to Fleck. He brings it down nicely. Can he get the cross in? He can, but, it's a complete mess, and it's gone into the back of the net at the Broadwood. Clyde take an early lead. I say an early lead, half an hour lead. Jason Croners with an own goal. Complete calamity. There was no one around. No one in a white shirt was anywhere near the ball as that cross came in, and it sort of made a pinball in the penalty area. Maybe things are going for us. You can see that point, or these points, would take us top of the league. Fleck crosses. It's not a bad cross. It's just no one's really near it. It's sort of headed off Noel Cronus' head, and yeah, nothing much he could do about that. Well, unless he was looking the right way, of course. And without having a shot on target, we have a lead. It's Stokesy now. MacArthur finds Fleck. Can he go left? No, he doesn't. He goes right to Loudon, who's tackled, and Ferguson, with 2 S's, brings it away. Maybe he's Icelandic, probably not. And he's got a ball over, crossed in, and a simple finish for King. A little bit disappointing to only be ahead for a matter of minutes, but there it is. You can see we probably didn't deal well with this as the players did developed. McKendry committed and never really was able to recover against Ferguson. Yeah, I mean, he's got the freedom of the park and the defensive cover's just not there. He's got simple ball across and an even simpler finish for King. So we're talking about 2 wins in 2. Well, it's important we don't lose, really, if we want to get 2 wins in 2. Datnovitz heads away, but it'll come to Gult. He's got a man over on this right side. Crossed in, but Stokes is there. I thought Curry might come and claim that, but he doesn't need to. Linton finds McCluskey. He's got no men ahead of him, but they're arriving now. He finds Stokes, who cuts inside, goes all the way out to Loudon, who's tackled, or rather gave the ball away, and another long ball towards King. He cuts inside the defence and has a long shot. As long as we can work them onto their inside and encourage those long shots, that should be okay. You can't discount, obviously, one final in the top bin, but so that's the half then. It's been okay. I'd like to see better, more. What's the word? More domineering play, more commanding play. Given we're at home, a few weak moments. I think passing's okay at 80%. That's pretty good for this level, which is what we like. Stokes, MacArthur, and nothing doing. So we're controlling the ball certainly, but we've not really done much with it, and that's probably the only concern at this stage. You can see Burns playing left wing. He's a little tired. We'll have to get him off in a minute. Hopefully, we've just built a stronger unit this year. Younger, certainly, but stronger as well, you would hope. Although we give it away quite needlessly in that situation. We could have just brought that one down, I think. And Ashmore recycles to Gult and goes that diagonal ball, but Curry will be there to claim that one. No problem. What are we going to do from here? 52nd minute this. Curry goes long towards no one, and they get another chance exactly the same. Stokes needs to be sensible with it. He is. You can just see them sometimes just deciding to head the ball when they could just bring it down. It's Fleck, though. I think that might be intelligence on the football pitch, but there you go. Burns finds Datnovitz, who has a strike, and it's into that top corner. I thought it was a strike out of nowhere, and it certainly was. An absolute blockbuster, as it turns out. What a finish from Datnovitz. His second in 2, I think. And, well, I talked about them putting one in the top bin. They've got that problem now. As Fleck drove forward, he looked out to the left to find Burns, who crossed in inside, and Datnovitz picks it up, 1 foot to set, left foot strike, absolute into the apex. The net's rippling like nothing, and Datnovitz, great strike from him, and gets his second goal, I believe, of the season, and gives us a 2-1 lead, restoring our position in control of the game. Let's pause there for just a second, and we'll look to take Burnsy off. He is a little bit tired, and this will be your first sights of Malcolm Moore. Again, a youngster, and that's sort of... We're taking a bit of a gamble at this level, that we're hoping that youngster and enthusiasm and drive and pace maybe will be what gets us out of the division. It'll be a bit of a jump to go from finishing second bottom to finishing in the promotion places, but the league is small, You only have to put a good few winning runs together, and suddenly you can be, making those strides. Let's get Heron on as well. He's been chomping at the bit on the bench. He won't shut up. 2-1, nothing doing. Corner, Moore takes it. Marsh is there, heads down. Datnovitz strikes, and it's second goal for him in this game, third, I think, in the season. And we have a 3-1 lead, closing out the last 15 minutes or so. A corner from Malcolm Moore, crossed in, obviously, headed down by Marsh, and Datnovitz, right foot volley, and it's into the back of the net. Mayer can't keep it. He's having a right Mayer. Yeah, I've got the jokes. Linton throws it in. Datnovitz, who's been good. You can't say these things, can you? Here's Fleck. MacArthur. Stokes. MacArthur. Awful mess. MacArthur again. Where's he going? Stuart MacArthur finds Ian Stokes. Fleck finds Linton. Well, I don't know what's going on. Datnovitz, who's had a terrible game. McCluskey. Heron. MacArthur goes right to Stokesy. They're all queuing up. Malcolm Moore is in. It seemed to be a bit of a fumble, but it's found the back of the net. Malcolm Moore, a lovely goal apparently. His first senior goal indeed. And great play from his lovely overlap on the right side from Stokes. That's what you like to see. McCluskey finds Heron. And Heron works it back inside, does he? Yep, well, he goes back to MacArthur and he just sees that space on the right side. Stokes isn't even looking at the ball on this stage. Now he is. Stokes picks it up, crosses the ball. Didn't he really need to put some air on it? And Moore beats Mayer, and Mayer should have probably done better. 4-1 on the afternoon. We've come from nowhere. We've absolutely bossed the game, in fairness. So, yeah, can't really complain, Mr. I thought I'd pause that. Mr. Stranraer, if that is your name. Let's see what changes we should make. You can see we don't really have a left-back option. I think what we'll do is we'll bring on Dingwall because, well, he's quite good. And that's another thing. We've actually got a striker of decent quality on the bench to come on. And if Sandy's not really having a game or needs a rest, we can bring on Robbie Dingwall. And and that gives us a bit more. They hit the crossbar, and a late rally perhaps from Stranraer, but not to be. 15 seconds to play now. 4-1. It'll be the score on the doors, and we do secure back-to-back wins, and we find ourselves top of the league after just 2 games. That's pretty special, I think. That's excellent. We'll tell the boys well done, and we'll look at where we're gonna return. Obviously, we've got a lot of football to play. We've got the cup games coming up. We don't really care about them. And Ross County under-20s side. I mean, you saw we got to the quarter-final last year. If you didn't see it, we played Rangers under-20s, and I was quite excited. 16 fans turned up, not 16 away fans. 16 in the full crowd. 1 Rangers away fan, I think there was. Fair play to him. Yeah, so where shall we be back? I think what we'll do is we shall come back for... Dundee United are in the division now, so I think what we'll do is we'll come back for the Dundee United away game. It'll be a trip to Tannadice, and hopefully we can... Well, hopefully we'll be... we won't have lost a game. Guarantee that when you come back, this will be a sea of red. But, there we go. Right, so what's happening now then? So it's Christmas time. I'm recording this December 22nd, so this goes out the day I record. It's Christmas time. Obviously, a lot of time with families. I should put a little backtrack here, shouldn't I? Bit of soft music. It's time for spending time with your families and friends. So, quite honestly, if you're watching Football Manager videos on YouTube, if you've got time on your way if you're working like I am a lot over Christmas, then fair play to you. If you've got the time to watch the videos, then fantastic. But otherwise, if you've got family downstairs or family sitting elsewhere, turn your computer off. Go and enjoy the time with your families. That's what Christmas is about, isn't it? Do pop in and watch the videos if you can, obviously, because I love to see you. But it's a Christmas time. There's always time for Football Manager in games. Let's face it, it's a game, isn't it? Is it? I'm starting to, as I sit here in my Sandy McCluskey shirt, I don't know if it is a game anymore. But yeah, do enjoy your Christmas. I will probably be back to full video release. I'll probably take a few days where you won't see a video. I will pop the notifications on Twitter, of course, when I'm likely to be next putting a video up. If I can get videos up over Christmas, then I will do. But it's time, isn't it? It's time. I've got to wrap presents. So, yeah. Yeah, I've got to wrap presents and write cards as well. So I'm giving someone at work a fake scratch card that will show that he's won 250k. So that'll be fun. Do pop a sub on there for me as well, so you don't miss when we do go live on the next videos. And do pop a like on this video if you've enjoyed that winning start to the season, 2 wins in 2. And as I say, do pop and check the Don. His link to his channel will be in the description. So scroll down there, but I suspect you're already subscribed. And if you do go and watch him and you haven't already, pop a comment on there, say that Mr. KIW Mr. Knock It Wide sent you over, and that Clyde are better than Forfar. You'll love that. Fantastic. All right, well, I'll see you again on the next video, and have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye.